And it's frustrating. As a dad, it is so frustrating.
Well, especially when you're a dad that knows sports.
I'll see you, Mike.
Yeah, bro. I'll keep an eye out for it. I'll text Tanner unless you text him.
What would you lose so I can look forward to it? Watch. Got it.
I see you. It's a
Take
black
it easy.
watch. Good job. Black watch.
But yeah, he hates losing more than he hates winning. He likes winning. He loves to win.
Yeah, but if you hate losing, you have
But he would
competition.
rather, yeah, he doesn't, the winning means less.
Did it feel like because there was a little bit of doubt maybe in his
As
mind?
soon as he doubts,
No.
and I see him do some
I felt like
amazing
we're questioning
things. He's beating kids that are, hey, we're better than he is, technically, but he will continue to scramble until in his head he's like, no, I should have won this position. And then he'll just, like you saw, he just doesn't hold on. It's not even when he fell over, he just didn't hold on. And the kid was
Well,
like,
at the end, I was like, I think
oh,
my biggest
Doesn't.
thing from yesterday
just
was
stop
like,
trying.
all right, the control piece of this, what I'm looking for
No, I
is
did not.
the
That was a
cross trade on the head.
For sure. For sure. Because I was trying to focus on that today, thinking I was recording it so I could show you, like, hey, look, this is where I was going. I wasn't able to do it against some bigger, younger, stronger robots, right?
Yeah.
And that's fine because that's where your fumbling is in control. So I'm going to show her some things, if he's saying, some half guard, where we were working on this. Yeah, and then I'm going to do some ankle stuff so that we can play with her feet, and she can come in and play with yours if she wants to.
You're good. You guys do your thing. I don't want to get
No, I want her to know. I want her to know feet too.
In other words, you're creating ankle locking today, Jason.
So, this is a flow that
Play
I
with feet one.
to explain to Brendan, I can't remember if he saw this. This is a flow that I saw in a women's competition. I may have sent it to Angela, I'm not sure, but
What's that?
some darts, and it was a flow that I liked. This girl did and won her super fight, and because you guys have longer, all of you guys have longer arms than me. Half guard. I'll show you Jason. So it was a real dynamic scramble, but they ended up in like a half guard side control. It doesn't even matter. And what the person did was here, and they're almost attacking this side, getting you here. Then they start threatening the far side. But because they're doing such a good job of framing, bucket rotor. And then here's the deceptive part. This changes like I'm going to chase that arm, then I sweep the head.
Got it.
And then they don't like me being heavy on this arm, then they start to turn to the left. I asked Rick, trying to get under his elbow, he's doing a good job of it.
Right.
A good hero. But I get under this elbow, I usually ask Rick. To control. But I don't smash here, I'm just using to control them so they don't turn back into their right. So I'm giving them enough space to roll and see if they're left. But my S grip here is one that I know, and then I'm right. So,
It's almost a near side dart.
yeah,
You're attacking the near side to get the dollars.
this is not a move for my arm. I'm having trouble with reach. But what I wanted to do is, John and Luke were able to get their arms, so you should be able to turn them too. But the whole control came from when you get an S grip here. But you have to also give them enough room to want to turn. And then when they turn, you deny that turn by coming in for the darts. The finishing for the darts is for me is when I get this in, I pull the head in, or I hold the head with this elbow, and I'll show you with a person. What I'm trying to do is punch through. I put my thumb down, I grab the back of my tricep, and then I bring it up. And then I get wide, and I get small, and I bring my elbows and knees in, and then I inhale. I have to do that with smaller people, and this makes it tighter, because what happens is you people with longer arms end up going boom, and you get to this, and then your wrist is compromised, and it's no longer as powerful, almost like the Kimura we were going on. This is way more powerful than this, and you can hurt yourself. And I end up smashing my fingers here, it does fuck off. But when I'm able to come here, cool. But because you people that actually have shoulders and arms, I can't get to here. I go to the short arm choke, and this got neck and
Yeah.
I do it too.
Well, see, and that's actually how I'm getting the darts, is that I usually feed through, I feed the anaconda through, as if I'm going anaconda, S-grip, draw back, and then because I assume because I learned it from you, is I come to my wrist, and then I just kind of walk up, chalk, and I just use it as a jab.
That was gonna be my next suggestion, so let me try to do that for you. It's weird because I have to curve and turn away from it.
Is it that top arm that you're tracking?
Yeah, so when, this is a good little review, which I was going to have. When I'm getting on this side from side control, if I get this head arm from here, and I'm going from my left side. His arm, coming through his armpit to his neck, this would be a darts. But if I'm going from the head to the armpit, so now his head's on my chest, I'm coming through his neck, in, out of his armpit, this would be an anaconda, and I'm crunching, and I'm trying to get either his arm or his leg. So, armpit to neck, that's gonna be a darts. Neck, coming out of the armpit as an A anaconda. It's hard to remember because people always get that confused. So, we also went over where when he's a good purple belt, he's keeping his elbow and he's not giving me that head arm. I'm like, oh, dude, you're so good. Going just straight to the neck. And I'm setting up what's called a Japanese necktie to crank the shit out of his neck.
Well, I use the Japanese necktie setup off the darts, especially for big, thick neck guys.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, because you were being really good about your elbow, so I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll just use this.
Because you're scrappy.
I'm scrappy.
So what I want you to think of, you and Luke as well, is what I told John. A lot of this comes from, everybody's thinking we're going to attack this side. But I want you to threat that, it sets up the S for the over. So I'm going here. And if I can, I want you to think of focusing your hip to hip, but your chest is going to go towards my bicep. I end up getting a little too far center and you guys see it. But because you're longer and taller, I put you like this, hip to hip, and then your chest is going to be able to push this arm over. And I hook over and you think I'm going here. And you start going, oh, I don't want to get this arm. This is what I'm going to do. You go to here, I'm going to go out this way. But if I heard you go that way, I'm going to set up that way. And I'm trying to get here. But because I can't get that on me, I can't do that. That's it. I don't suggest anything. Did I hear that crap? Yeah, sorry. I was trying to be gentle. It's Rice Krispies in there. So go for it on me. Are you seeing how my short arm, I'm still trying to reach that time?
Yeah.
That's where you're having issues. Get here, you might have to do your form.
Yeah, well, as soon as I moved John's side, as soon as I got my head out of the armpit, because I felt like I had to stand the whole time, as soon as I came north-southish, I was able to actually grab here properly, because I was like, this isn't, why isn't this working? I feel like I'm supposed to be right here the whole time, or here. But as soon as I made that shift, I was like, oh, I can actually.
And we'll do, that's why I started with the finish instead of working on the movement. So the biggest thing is you're going to use your ribs almost like a north south to get my arm over. I don't like this, so I want you to go hip to hip, and then put your chest over to my biceps. It's going to feel weird for you. Hip to hip. Over to here? Yeah. Like you're threatening that. And I don't like that, so this is really over this neck. And then you just enough space to go, oh shit, I don't like this. I want your hip to block my elbow, so I'm going to go this way. Now you can start setting that down. Let me work. Now come. Feel that?
Yeah.
You didn't have to do shit but settle. There was no snatching, there was no control. The more I wiggled, the more
Right, and then that was the thing is I was here and I was like, ah, shit, that's not gonna finish. And as soon as you wiggled, it was like, oh, there it goes.
So I want you to watch how he's not able to do exactly what I'm saying,
Yeah,
but he's being patient and he's thinking this.
yeah.
So,
And it's just, well, you
Yeah, I continued coming around.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hear the nuisance here, you're gonna drop your head, just snap my head. I don't like that, actually, I break his arm. Oh man, I don't like that. It's real natural for
Yeah.
you to encourage me to give up the let.
So, also remember,
He's using his chest to trap my elbow too.
when I first settled in on this side,
Go across, I come under.
I'm gonna lock to here. I'm gonna get my grip here, but I can't finish the darts here.
Yeah.
Part of what
That's
helps
where I
me.
was at last.
So what you have to do is, I'm gonna probably extend my right leg, keep my chest pressure,
Yeah.
and then see how much deeper I get.
You bring your hips over to me. She's something else.
And now I'm just gonna come to here. My finishing mechanic isn't here, it's here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
That's what
closing
you're
it,
showing us.
and it's, the function of it is, I'm not choking him, I'm pushing the neck across the choking arm.
So, is this, I've seen this for some shit, right?
I think so.
So, did you get a gold star? I mean this as a compliment, but not as a criticism. You get it right. Right, but he understood the stars already. But the flow is what he's learning. He's like, oh, that is it.
Yeah.
That's naturally progressively into something that he already does naturally with his controlling it. But when I told you to go over this, you didn't like going over here and getting your chest over.
Right. I don't like it heated that side, but,
But the hip was controlling my hip.
right.
And that's what I'm saying. You motherfuckers, you regular size people, you're able to do that. So if you're, and what I did is someone who was about my height, and what you can go ahead. I was here, I was concentrating staying along the hip, and then I just came over. And I was still trying to stay on the hip, but I'm controlling the elbow. So you can see how this is different than what you can do, because I can't put my weight on my
Right,
hip.
because he goes here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So knowing that little nuance there, he can just sit there.
Yeah.
Because he's got both here, his chest and his hip.
Yeah.
Mine is here, so he's able to elevate his shoulder. And that's a good move for you. When you just sit there too. If I'm just gonna lay flat and be defensive, and he starts attacking this arm, this is what I suggestion to John. Right here, his hip is keeping me in position, but now I'm worried about this arm. Because look, he's not really death gripping. John was death gripping my arm.
Yeah.
I don't know, just underhook it. Bring your chest over, staple my bicep. There's no risk.
If I get this little goofy hook that Tanner's been working recently, is really nice.
So for me to do that, when he framing here doesn't do shit for me, he's gonna say, fine, frame it. So he's like, oh, why don't you do your defense? Which then he'll work to my neck.
Yeah.
But there's no rush to get this.
That creates the, because I thought the scoop was encouraging to move it that way, but I see how getting over him bringing his chest to your bicep was actually what was turning your defense on to go that way.
They're both there.
Well, and it's, the other side of it is that there's a mental, you know that if I start attacking this arm, if I really go all in on that far side arm off, straight arm off,
Yeah. I need to turn into that.
that you turn towards it and push me away.
Yeah.
So let me get you to get you your reps again. And go slow, because they're not trying to.
Yeah, because we just went from this. Yesterday I stayed on the other side.
And you can do that, let's just work on just doing 8 darts. It's not, we're not doing that whole floor.
Here's what we're.
So,
Stay over here.
let's go ahead and get that entry, as long as you can still talk your next one.
Yeah, I'm good.
So go ahead and get to that figure 4 warriors, and you just start doing the figure. Right. But I want you to think of it. All you can get is this.
Yeah.
Get your hand on the mat.
Okay. And start the rotation on
Rotate it there. If
Okay.
this is all you can get, now hold on, like I was watching, I want your fingertips to be focused.
Okay.
But now bring just touch up to your head. You just fist up to your face. Bring your knees in. You feel how you're feeling it all on here.
So you're so far back on my neck. Yeah. That you're twisting the neck. Yeah.
That's a Japanese necktie application that's not a Japanese necktie. So we're gonna do this, and I know what it's gonna say. We're gonna work on getting your fingers. So get your double cradle. Remember what the double cradle is? It's your collar tie and your head on the crown of the head. And I want this finger a little bit deeper down.
Okay.
So that little
So the opposite.
adjustment. Yeah, so you're almost cradling like you don't want like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
So right here, if you let go of this hand, you still have positive control. If you let go of this hand, you still have positive control. But that double control allows you to put your ear here. Keep this positive control. Punch this shoulder deep till your knuckles touch my hand. Straight. All the way to the knuckles touch my hand. So when you punch through, you might not even need to reach through. Okay? Now,
This is where I feel like I already have to adjust. That's
so now,
much better.
you're gonna get a little bit of pressure on his elbow with your chest.
Oh yeah, that's
Now, pause here. Curl this up. Bring this elbow to the back of his head. Push his head into you with your elbow. And then,
Oh, for the rotation. Got it.
now, did that take up more space here?
No, it was that same gap.
Okay,
Your
so-
elbow's too low. Elbow's too low. I think his elbow's too low. Yeah. I feel like I'm focusing so much on my head and the armpit, and I'm like thinking about my chest.
Okay. So when you go, my elbow is like,
Yeah.
I have to feel it.
So you're going
Here. And so when I tighten, feel that's all on your neck,
yeah.
in the joint. I can either withdraw a little bit, now I'm using the blade of my arm,
Which is what John was rushing my neck yesterday before. He's like, wow.
Or I go super deep.
That's more of a things are getting dark joke.
Yes.
Rather than that was hurting my jugular joke.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
Why on column, because we've got everything coming offline, really crappy position.
Yeah.
I'm shutting off.
You can drill it.
Well, I saw how you rotated. So what I was feeling is I was like, man, I feel really stuck here.
You personally.
So being open to doing that, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Wide moves, wide base, hold my asshole.
Look at it.
And I wouldn't make sure for me, I would turn to knee. I would
I know what you're saying, so I'm
shift to knee and then come across. I would step all the way.
If I get on my toes, that's gonna put pressure on me.
Because I want
I
I would
want-
carry every bit of my
I'm trying to keep.
I would
you in
carry
my-
every bit of that room.
Yeah.
And the difference is,
So I'm trying to pull you in, and you're trying to actively pull back.
right,
So when I start getting that,
I'm just doing
it's a good time for shoulder pressure
Yeah.
on your toes,
Here.
just to flatten them out.
when I make this turn.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But what I'm doing is that because
You want me going,
When I make
my
this
body,
turn.
my elbow towards me too wide, I'm trying to keep my absolute.
Are you tripod going on to finish it or just stay with it?
Yeah, I'm coming off of this knee, but to get that extra pressure,
This in,
I have to get the weight off of this knee.
Yeah.
Because the
and it
angle,
gives you more,
the angle it gives me here. So again, we're gonna kind of go back, on your back. If we look at the case of Katami,
and
if
I'm
I'm sitting here in the case of Katami,
I can still breathe,
I
chat.
just gotta if I come onto my knee,
That's true.
it's uncomfortable. If I come onto my feet, it's more. If I come onto my feet and pull. So now, by changing where the other end of the fulcrum is, hip, knee,
Did you feel what I had to do?
dragging forward.
You could have adjusted that way.
it
wasn't like grip I had.
how much do I
It
know
was-
a person's
Actually, it was able to undo
Um,
the grip.
Nick, no,
With the arm, it still
Nick.
wasn't quite right.
is
And so
great
instead of moving the arm, I
because
just
he's got good
moved my
pressure.
entire
And
weight
when he goes to that case
forward,
of Tommy,
which brought this entire
nothing of his face.
You know what I mean? Crushing.
And it is absolutely crushing.
So here,
Almost gone out. Good, just in case I can't find it. So, when go around, go around.
Now, rotate a little bit onto that ring. There you go. A little bit more pressure.
Not here. So widen the elbows. Here. Because it's changing the angle here.
And now I want you to pull. Push it there. Much better. One of them. So because it's the only place that pressure can go.
He's sitting on a clear, you're doing less effort.
Yeah, so
It's only, it's another.
no, I'm just trying to make it worse.
Because that might encourage you.
So here's where I've been stuck. Doing a lot of that. And I can slide to the north south.
So, what we're doing is withdraw or punch through. You see, you're going to do. So, I'm going to use a rear naked choke. I like to choke this side with this arm. Or I need to use the bicep. But if I sit
When I was just here,
I had to learn to relax, and as you move, it settles in. So forehead down, elbow down, and then you can squeeze or move away, and that'll jerk it up, and then it fills again. And it's just for deep. Now I'm just hitting this side that I'm not trying to do it. I'm getting muscle on the side, right?
Because we're sitting, you swing down, and you go belly down, knees down, you go.
So I'm going to take, look at your elbow, look on the sternum. What that angle.
the person being choked, you're trying to defend more, you move it more.
That's much better, right?
I got you.
A little more chest pressure, close the side of my shoulder. Yeah, but that's the exact, and it's just one of those things that you
So
like.
did you have to picture? Yeah.
How's the Darce feel? I didn't watch you.
Better.
So try that.
And helping me to understand, like.
So with you, it's gonna be just getting the entry. If you get the finish,
Yeah.
good. But right now, we're just doing the control.
Yeah.
Because if they start defending, which they will, right? go to north south, go to commandos, go to other things. But what I want you to think of is at each level, even though I said you're not really a big group up, but you are a big group up, I want you to think of your position right now as driver under control.
Yeah, for sure.
Maintain top
Like, it
position.
just feels better to, okay, I can chill and figure out what I'm doing like air gravity. And use that pressure, like, go
Wrestlers,
ahead, release your breath.
wrestlers in conflict, you go to north south. So if he's going and now we're doing the mix or whatever, and he starts going for guards to defend, and I'm doing a good job of defending him, he'll go right to north south. And that's what we're doing.